Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The question is, why are you worried? Over here, you will see that there's a problem due to which I am worried now. So, there's a problem. Now, that problem you are to solve or Allah is to solve. If you are to solve, you should be worried. And if Allah is to solve, Allah should be worried. And if Allah is to solve, then why are you worried? Whenever you are worried, ask yourself these questions. La ilaha illallah, Allah does everything. And except Allah, no one can do anything. La ilaha illallah. Allah is the doer. So you are worried. Why are you worried? I have a problem, therefore I am worried. Okay. Now the question is that you are to solve the problem or Allah is to solve the problem. If you are to solve the problem, then you should be worried. And if Allah is to solve the problem, then Allah is to be worried. Now the answer is, in the light of La ilaha illallah, that Allah is to solve the problems. Then question is, if Allah is to solve the problem, then why are you worried? The one should be worried who is to solve the problem. And then you would say, okay, then Allah solves problems. But when you say but over here, this but negates the first thing. The first thing you said, that Allah will solve the problems. And after that you said, but we will have to do also something. Means that Allah does and we also do. Allah plus us. Then there is equal to success. Solution of the problem. And Allah minus us is equal to no solution of the problems. And they say, okay, Allah will solve the problems. But you will also have to do something. You will also have to move, do something, go somewhere, do an effort. Then Allah will solve the problem. Means that Allah is needy for the solution of the problem to your efforts, to your movement, to your being worried. Allah is dependent to that. If you would do that, then Allah will do it. If you will move, then Allah will solve your problems. If you would try and make effort, then Allah will solve your problems. Without that, Allah can't solve the problems. This is the point of view. Now, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Don't mix the things. La ilaha illallah. Without the will of Allah, you can't do anything. Without the will of Allah, you can't solve your problems, your riddles, your difficulties. Okay? In spite of your efforts are nothing if Allah is not there. Your struggle is equal to nothing if Allah is not there. Your hard work is equal to nothing if Allah is not there. Your effort is nothing if Allah is not there. Your moving and doing is equal to nothing if Allah is not there, if Allah's will is no more. Will you succeed if Allah's will is no more for success? Will you get health? With sources, with medicines, with doctors, with hospitals, with laboratories. You go and you make efforts so that you might be able to get health out of these resources. Listen, the medicines all over the world, created in the past, being created now and in future, collect them all. You will not be able to drop a single health equal to a single grain of sand or half grain of sand. All the medicines of the world can't make health, can't create health equal to a grain of sand. All the doctors, without the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, can't create health equal to a grain of sand. All hospitals, all laboratories, and all Hakim and Tabib, as homeopathic or allopathic and all. If Allah's will for the health is no more, all of them, collect them together, you can't drop even a single drop of health out of all this without the will of Allah. And if the will of Allah is there, there is no doctor, there are no medicines, there are no laboratories, there are no medicines, there is no source of health. The sources of health are equal to zero. But the will of Allah is there. Will you become healthy, or still you will not be healthy because the sources of health are non-existent, by missing? No, you will get 100% health. But all these resources, against the will of Allah, just nothing. The earning, sources of earning. You have a shop, you have a job, and all the places of earning, sources of earning are equal to nothing in the face of the will of Allah. When there is no will of Allah, you collect all the sources of the world, sources of earning, all the sources of earning of the world, you collect them all. But the will of Allah is missing. You can't get even a penny out of that, out of all of them. إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا, when he wills something, أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُونُ, he says, be done, and that's done. And if Allah wills, no one in the world can stop it to happen and to come upon earth. Can't stop to happen. So Allah is the one who does everything. Again, come to the question. And over here, I would quote a quotation from Hazrat Abdul Qadir Jilani Rahimahullah. He says, he advises his son and says, لا فاعل في الحقيقة إلا الله ولا مؤثر إلا الله. That there is no doer in the world except Allah, no actual doer in the world except Allah. ولا مؤثر إلا الله, and there is no one effective on this earth except Allah. Only one doer is there, and that is Allah. He is doing and he is using. Sources are being used by him, and he can do without these resources. He is not needy to any of all these resources. Whenever he intends to do something, that intention is done. So Allah is the most powerful in the world. So again, come to the question: why are you worried that I have a problem? Would you solve the problem or Allah solve the problem? Okay, he says our iman says that Allah will solve the problems. Then the answer is, if you are to solve the problem, then you should be worried. And if Allah is to solve the problem, then why are you worried? You should be light. Okay, the burden is upon Allah. He will do, and he feels no burden. He feels no impossibilities. He bothers for nothing. He is never worried. He has no such problem which he can't solve. He has no riddle which he can't solve. He has no difficulties. He meets no difficulties at all. He never gets pains. He never has to work hard to do something. He never becomes needy to anyone, to any resources, to any creatures, to any of the human beings, to any of the governments, to any of the armies. Nothing at all. Authoritarians, never. He is never needy to anyone. He is Samad. Everyone needs him and he needs none. So therefore, the answer is that there is a problem due to which you are worried. So don't be worried. Put that problem to Allah. Entrust that problem to Allah. Because you are nothing without him. If he intends to solve the problem, he meets no difficulties. And if you want to solve the problem by yourself without him, you would never do. If he doesn't will, you can't do. You never do. You can't do. Without his help, nothing can be done. Okay? And foolishly, we do intend, sometimes we do think that whatever the difficulties have been solved now, I myself have solved the problems. That's no more something else. And even when you say that no, you can't do what Allah does, he says, yes, but because I did and I had made it possible, I had provided all the resources, gathered all the resources due to which my problem was solved. No, you are wrong. That's the will of Allah. When Allah's will is there, your effort is equal to nothing. If his will is there, that problem gets solved. Either you try or you don't try. You make effort or you don't make effort. Okay? That's for sure, and that's clear. Therefore, if Allah is to solve the problems, then entrust the problem to Allah, upon Allah, and then be easy. And don't be worried, and be cool, and be happy, and enjoy yourself after entrusting everything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will solve the problems. So thank you for watching. And this study we will keep, inshallah, keep on. And every new question will be tackled, inshallah, on daily basis. So thank you for watching. And this is La ilaha illallah, spread it everywhere. This is our responsibility. This is our, one can say, this is for which we have been created. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you have been created for the benefit of Allah, or for the benefit of the creature. So this is our responsibility. Everything else we're doing, we're earning, we're getting money, doing something. That's our need. This is our aim of life, to spread the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to invite and call the whole humanity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is our responsibility. Everyone, every Muslim has a responsibility to convey the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to introduce Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to others, and bring human beings close to Allah. Introduce Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the people, his authority, his will, and his powers, everything. Thank you for much.